Welcome back to SC2 Improved Team League Season 3. We're going into another match here. This one is going to be from replays, guys. It was played 2 hours, well, it started 2 hours ago. So it was live during our last match, which is why we didn't cast it live. So we're going to cast it from replays here instead. And we're just going to go straight on into things. To start things off, it'll be Waka versus Goliath, as we have APSC2-eStars taking on Derava Kapsa. So guys, without any further ado, let's introduce our first two players. The first player from either team. Another left from Derava Kapsa, a team who performed fairly well well, actually they didn't perform that well last season at all. They fell into the bottom four of their group in the first division. They had to come back into the league via the first division qualifier, the invite-only qualifier. They did succeed there. They did defeat, I believe, Chaos Latin Gamers in the semi-finals to make it through. Which in the end led to Chaos Latin Gamers not qualifying for the third season of the SC2ITL, as they then lost in the third place match to Darkstar. So Derava Kapsa, they re-earned their position in the first division, but you know, how successful will they be? Well, we're about to find out, as you know, this is a fairly tough match for them to begin on. In all honesty, APSC2-eStar definitely a very strong team. Their first player up for them is Waka, the blue Zerg in the upper right hand corner. They had a close shave in the open qualifiers where they just beat eSuper 4-3. And yeah, I mean, they're a scary team, or a scary combo of teams. It's an alliance between two of the main Spanish teams, eStar and APSC2. So basically, I mean, there's about 4 or 5-ish Grandmaster players altogether within them, so they're a strong team. They're definitely not to be taken lightly here. As we get into game number 1, we'll see what kind of damage they can do, whether they can get themselves off to a good start here. As again, this is their first season in the SC2ITL. This is Derava Kapsa's third season. I think they've never made it to the playoffs, unlike other teams who have played in both seasons. So maybe this season will change for them. Maybe they can pull themselves together and make something happen this time around, as gases are taken here for our Protoss player. Is a PvZ to start this off as Goliath, taking his first couple of gases in the main base, following up his gateway. And he's looking for a gateway expansion here. Drone is going to try and block this on the low ground for as long as he can. But probably not going to be all too successful. Okay, so not sure what just happened there, but Waka, he actually opens here with a hatchery first, as is very safe to do. Oh, okay, someone was lagging in the game. So yeah, hatchery first is a very safe thing to do, and third hatchery is going to be taken now as well. So very quick 3 hatcheries here from our Zerg player. No risk when doing this. No risk when doing this, really, as the Zerg player. He knows it's a gateway expand. Next is going to come up here for Goliath. The only real risk is, of course, if Goliath decides to, you know, really commit to some kind of 2-base pressure, whether it be just the 4 gateways or something else. You know, it can do a lot of damage here, because the Zerg player is not going to have gas up for a long time. He's really going to have to basically rely on overwhelming the opponent more than anything else. So we'll see what happens here as drone for Waka, popping out of that natural. Third base, 50% of the way done. And just Chrono boosting out the mothership core on the other side of the map. Is alive, getting set to go into this game and see what he can do. Guys, how are you all doing in the chat? Is anyone still out there? Is anyone still with us? Do let us know if you are. Let us know who you may be supporting in this next series. If you're supporting eStar's APSC2, or if you're supporting Dakar. Do let us know. Always interested to see how you guys are cheering for and how you're all doing and what you've been up to. So let us know, guys, as this is our second series of the night. If you're tuning in for Vega Squadron versus Skillforge, you have missed it, as Vega Squadron took a 4-1 victory over Skillforge. Senna able to take 1 map, but Mizu taking 3, and Straight Edge finishing things up. So Goliath here just finally getting his Nexus up, as a Zergling sneaks his way into towards the main base. And Twilight Council now on the way, actually, for our Protoss player. So interesting choice of build. I mean, the Twilight Council nearly always suggests some kind of all-in off of 2 bases, because even if you want to go for a fast third base with Blink, you kind of want the observers from a robotics facility first. It's definitely weird. He's only on 2 gases right now as well. Yet to take the 3rd and 4th, and he is going to go into a Dark Shrine straight away. So it's going to be a Dark Templar opening here. This has to do some damage, because if it doesn't, he's going to find himself very far behind in kind of useful fighting army. You know, he's going to be very far behind before getting Colossus up, before getting Storm out, or anything like that. So, you know, this is you know, not as big as a commitment as it used to be since the Dark Templar costs were lowered, but it's still a fairly decent commitment. If you don't get any damage done with this, you definitely have to expect yourself to be falling behind. I mean, he's delaying his gases on his natural still, adding on his extra gateways and his forge now. No detection up just yet though for Waka. His Rotron on the way. I mean, the Spore Crawler, I mean, he has spotted the Twilight Council originally. He saw this Twilight Council building with his Zerglings, so he knows the possibility of DTs, and he is now going to start Spore Crawlers up, and basically, as long as he has just a few Roaches out in the correct locations, this shouldn't do all too much. Maybe about 10 workers or so will die, simply because he doesn't have quite enough units to be in all 3 locations when the DTs probably hit in different locations at the same time. But that's probably going to be about all the damage he takes here. I mean, if that. And once these DTs are dealt with, he can go straight into droning, and droning quite heavily as well, because he's going to be able to, you know, there's no follow-up to a Dark Templar play. You know, there's no follow-up to base timing, maybe with Archons and a massive Zealots, maybe. But generally, there's no kind of 2-base follow-up. There's nothing really too scary about 2-base follow-up, so he can drone pretty heftily if you would like, as the first temp DTs are warped in, going to come straight in towards this 3rd base, but guess what, he picked the wrong base to mess with, because, well, Zerglings and Queens are here now. This Spore Crawler is taking a lot of damage. Drones actually trying to help, and oh, the DT dies as it just gets the last swipe on the Spore Crawler, so that probably could have been a dead 3rd base, because there's no lair. Okay, the lair's a little bit, yeah, I think that would have been a dead 3rd base if that Spore Crawler had lived one more swipe. Waka responding just in time there to clean up them Dark Templar, and will survive now. And again, no real damage done, so now he's just going to be able to drone up. He adds on a couple of Roaches, he adds on his +1, he's going to go into Galari Constitution and Roach Speed. He's getting set up for the mid game here, whereas we're only just seeing now the Robo facility introduced for Zalayev. Yes, he's got +1 on the way, he's got Blink on the way too, but it's the Colossus in the mid game which are the real kind of, you know, which make the real difference. So Overlord going to go down, a lot more gateways being added on. This is going to take him up to, what, whoa, 2, 3, 8 gates. I guess he may just try and end this here on 8 gateways. Maybe just getting the Robo facility to get an Observer out in case of any burrow tactics from his opponent. Could be that he just wants to take a 3rd base but wants to have enough gateways before he takes it, but, well, I mean, he's building 7 gateways at a time, so no way. No, you don't go up to 10 gateways just to kind of back off. Zalayev definitely has a plan for this game, and that plan is to attack in the next minute or so, move across the map and try and win. He has a Warp Prism on the way out. The Warp Prism could potentially be annoying, maybe in the main base, a sentry drop, block the ramp, warping a ton of units and kill off the whole main. A possibility, definitely, but will it happen? I don't know. It doesn't look as though he's even rallied over towards the main. He's rallied just straight over towards the 3rd, so it looks as though it's just going to kind of be a, you know, it looks as though it's just going to be a way to reinforce this army, which will head towards the 3rd base in a couple of moments. We'll clean out this Overlord to be able to check for a 3rd base. Zergling here though, and you know, this Zergling is absolutely keen over Overlord as well. I mean, he's got so much vision to just watch for a 3rd base actually coming down once that creep spread has dissipated. So, so yeah, kind of annoying as Warp Prism is heading across the map. Has stopped for now. The units coming across here as well. And Zalayev is cleaning out a watchtower and coming in for the attack. But I mean, look at this army: Roach, Hydra, Ling, all here for Waka and all ready to go into this army basically, as some crew teams are being cleaned up. And everything seems to just come forward, swarming forward. Yeah, force fields are going to be key, and the first 3 force fields are pretty decent in all honesty. The Ling is getting a wraparound and still doing some pretty decent damage. Another force field comes down to block off some of these Roaches. But our Pros player just seems to be in trouble. He's so far behind in supply, and these users coming forward. And this you tech to the DTs, you don't do anything with them. You kind of pay their price. Warp Prism falls, drops 2 time warps, which will, you know, save the army for now. But, you know, you've got to be thinking of the long-term game here. What is the long-term plan for Zalayev? How does he survive as the game goes on? I don't really know. And it looks as though, well, Waka's just splitting his units, getting ready to come in once again. There's not as many force fields as there once was. There's probably enough force fields to do the same again, but that's going to be pretty much it. There's no mothership call for the time warp this time either. And these units are just going to come in. The last force fields have been used. The Warp Prism goes down, and now it's just Blink Stalkers with +2 against Roach Hydra. And again, there's just overwhelming numbers for Waka. Way too strong of a position here, and looks as though everything goes down. A bit of a misblink on us as he blinks forward into the army with some of his stalkers, and that will cost him a fair amount, as Zalayev will be We'll be just losing some more stalkers here. Roaches and Hydras continuing to push forwards. And, I mean, this is just going to be everything going down. GG should be coming out any second here alive, unless he wants to try and turtle on 2 bases. But that's not going to be the situation, and we are just going to see game number 1 taken by APSC2-eStar. And with victory in game 1, they get the 3rd season of the SC2ITL off to a good start. Their round 1 match with a 1-0 advantage. Pretty good going for them so far. We're going to go to a quick commercial break here. Guys, when we come back, game 2 between APSC2-eStar and Derava Kapsa will be on the way. Welcome back to SC2ITL Season 3, APSC2-eStar versus Derava Kapsa. We're heading into game number 2, another ZVP, as Rage Weaver comes out from Derava Kapsa. I'm assuming that's how you say his name, is Rage Weaver. I'm just going to say Rage Weaver, because otherwise I'm going to get very confused trying to pronounce anything else. He is the red Protoss player. In the upper left hand of... in the upper left hand corner of Deadwing. Again, playing for Derava Kapsa, who are currently 1-0 down after Waka took game number 1. Going into game number 2 here, here's the blue Zerg in the lower left-hand corner, making game 1 look fairly simple for him. It was pretty simple altogether. It was, you know, it wasn't much to really talk about. It was a failed DT rush. Waka defended perfectly, had a spore crawler, but it was very close in fairness. It was very close in fairness, because he what happened? He killed the DT as it swung its last swipe to kill the spore crawler. He probably would have lost his 3rd base, and that would have been a very different game. So I guess it was a lot closer than I may be giving it credit for. So, anyways, let's see how game number 2 goes. He has Waka starting up his spawning pool. And getting ready to go into this game of Forge, and the Nexus on the way for Rage Reaver over on home. It's just been a standard Nexus expand going into the Forge now. And, well, I mean, our Zerg player will be able to spot this fairly quickly. Waka's going to come into the main base here. He will be able to redirect that Overlord towards the natural to see what exactly this opening is. So he's going to get the information here pretty quickly. It looks as though he's going to take a fast 3rd base, just as he did in the last game here anyways, though. 3rd base on the way down at the 3:30 mark. And yeah, Waka looking good right now. As his spawning pool finishes up, and I mean, pretty much against Forge fast expand with Nexus first, fast 3 hatcheries is wait for this chat to clear. Fast 3 hatcheries is obviously a pretty standard way to play against a Forge expand. There's no kind of worries about any kind of 4-gate pressure or anything because of fast warp gate. So not really anything to worry about here for Rage Reaver or Waka right now. Both players just heading into a solid, standard, slow early game to start things up. Is anyone alive out there in the chat? We've had Georgia Floss saying hello, so hello to you. Is anyone else alive out there? Hope you guys are, if you are out there, having fun, enjoying the show, enjoying some StarCraft. Again, just casting this series because why not? Our first series was fairly quick. Unfortunately, we got our TL event taken off the sidebar, which was a little bit of a shame. A little bit of a shame because I was just planning to keep on using it here. Got a whole week of StarCraft action coming your way if you're interested. Tomorrow we're going to be casting My Insanity versus EC Visualize. Afterwards we'll be going into Team MIA versus Red Bloods. The day after we'll be casting StarTale versus Mistral, followed by Carnage Esports versus Team Extreme Supremacy. Maybe even a little bit of Nerd Blanche versus ESC Gaming in the middle of that. So a few different matches coming up on Friday. Saturday we're going to be casting something pretty big as well. Don't know if I can tell you guys about that either, so that just yet. So that'll be on Saturday. We'll be streaming. Sunday probably take the day off, and we'll be back on Monday with week 2 of the SC2ITL. We've got Summer League coming up at some point as well. Kind of need to sort that out somewhere along the way. Need to get in contact with a few of the players and stuff like that, and just sort everything out right now. So that's on the way as well. Summer League. Just need to find some good days for it. It's been a bit busy lately. We've got Foreign Hope tournaments coming up as well from Maddles. We've got WCSU round of 16 and stuff coming too. So no rush to get into it just yet. As single Zergling here going to be taken down and pushed away. As an Oracle is on the way from this Stargate, which has come up for Rage Reaver straight into a Robo Facility. It's just a very standard opening once again, and we'll see how this game will go. I mean, Metabolic Boost is starting up, Roach Warren coming in here for Whacker also. So Oracle going to start heading across the map. We'll just avoid this Overlord. And of course he, whoa, does he not know where his opponent is yet? Okay, he must, because yeah, okay, so he's checked out, sorry, I was looking here and I thought I didn't see it. It seems really dark on the minimap, this bit down here, so he doesn't know where his opponent is, because there's only 2 spawn locations on this map, when you spawn top left, so he knows where his opponent is, so he sends the Oracle down this way, tried to avoid some of the Overlords, but the other ones, but I mean, you know, it's kind of been spotted here and it's stopped for a little while. Void Ray on the way out, and Overlord will spot this as well, so nice scouting by Whack again, complete information. First drone goes down in this game. I think that was actually first blood. No, a couple of Zerglings have died off at some point, as Rage Reaver actually taking a little bit more damage here, and this Oracle continue to fall on HP. Wow, Oracle's just going to get away on 16 health, and well, this Overlord going to be cleaned up, but again, he's seen the Void Rays on the way out, so he has a pretty good idea about the composition here. Void Rays are on the way out and continued Void Ray production. It's more likely than anything to be Void Ray Colossus, a style which was definitely popular early in you know, Heart of the Storm, but has fallen out of fashion a bit as time has gone on. Not much here to actually defend this third base though, and Oracle comes back to try and help out, but I think it's going to be too little too late. The Zealot is bashing away on this as well. Cannon finishes up. It's just going to be enough though. And these Zerglings will actually get turned around in the end. I really thought that was actually going to be, Whacker killing that third base there, and that would have been absolutely huge. He is left on fairly low hit points. I mean, half hit points. Shields have to regenerate before it's back in kind of the healthy kind of zone of its life. Gateway's been done here. Help wall this off. That cannon very nicely and securely walled in. Hydras Den just finishing up while Zerg players, the first Colossus is on the way for our Protoss. So, I mean, Rage Reaver, he's basically going to look to head into Void Ray Colossus. We're going to see Ling Hydra for a little while here from our Zerg player. He's going to go for one big push at about 12 minutes or so, see if he can push up here and maybe catch his opponent off guard. Probably won't be able to do much damage, and then the question comes, does he just go straight to Hive and try and go for Vipers? Or does he go for tech switch into Mutalisks or something along those lines? So that's what we're basically looking for. It's actually going to be Roach Hydra, not Ling Hydra. So it's just going to be Roach Hydra here. A few Ling's going to start working away on these rocks to try and get through here. But Rage Reaver, Void Ray going to start cleaning these up straight away. So no real worries about that as the creep continues to be pushed through the middle of the map. Whacker looking to continue his offensive. And again, just that creep does help him to be aggressive. You know, the more it's spread across the map, the faster he gets reinforcements. Then, especially useful for Hydras, which are pretty slow off of creep, especially before Muscular Augments comes in. Again, the only upgrade right now is Metabolic Boost and Gladiator Constitution and Groove Spines, which are about to finish up. So, Roach Hydra actually going to take down this first Void Ray here, and that's a little bit of a shame to lose that. And this wall's actually going to start going down. One Colossus out, a second on the way, 2 Void Rays in the sky as well, a third about to pop out. Is there going to be enough here to clean this army up from Whacker? It looks as though right now he's not actually too interested in jumping into this base just yet. But Rage Reaver has to be right on top of his game to make sure he doesn't get caught off guard with the position of this Zerg army. Might try and go up the 2 different ramps at the same time. He actually begins to come down this ramp, and it looks as though, well, Whacker's just going to spread and try and take the fight. And the Zealots are going to fall down quite fast. A couple of force fields on this ramp will just allow the Whacker to go up into the other base. Oh, he doesn't get the force fields. The sentries have let way too much through here. Oh, is it too much, or is he going to be able to get away with it? It looks as though he might just get away with it. The Void Rays are falling. Mothership Core's fallen as well. I actually think he did let a little bit too much up there, because now more units are going to be able to keep on coming through, and again, there's only 2 Colossi, there's only 2 Void Rays, they're all going to go down very, very quickly, and Whacker's just going to take this game. He doesn't need a transition, he doesn't need anything like that, he's just going to clean up everything. I mean, the Colossus may live, they may actually clean this up, but the Robo Facility will go down, and, well, 1 Colossus falls, the second not even being controlled backwards, and Rage Reaver going to take another quick loss here for Derava Kapsa, and Whacker going to take his team 2-0 up here in this best of 7 all kill. And, well, maybe it's, well, I don't know, where do you go from here as Derava Kapsa? It's not the opening you will have been wanting. No way, you know, no way at all is this the opening you will have been wanting in this game. So, I mean, Roach's side is still hitting here. Another Void Ray falls, GG called. And just like that, the game ends. And, it's 2-0. Just like that, it is 2-0. Guys, we're going to go into game number 3 in a quick moment or two. It will be Tamika's up next. Hello, Guildhall. How are you doing? Hope you guys are doing well. I don't know if you guys have actually played your first match in the SC2ITL yet, but best of luck for you when you do. Guildhall are competing in our third division, which is a new division this season, aimed for kind of bronze to diamond players and a couple, lowish master as well. So it's brought a bunch of new and different teams in, and going to be exciting. When we get some of the third division replays, we're going to try and feature a couple of them on the streams after the first division matches, stuff like that. Try and give the third division teams a little bit of exposure as well. For now, we're going to go into a quick commercial break. When we're back, it's going to be the Zerg player from Derava Kapsa. It's going to be Tamikas coming out against Waka, and we'll see if he's going to be able to shut down the Spanish Zerg player from taking eStar APSC2 onto match point. If he doesn't, then, well, the remaining player from his team will have a lot of work to do. Guys, we'll be back here in a couple of minutes' time with game. Welcome back, guys, to SC2ITL. We're going into our third game of Derava Kapsa versus APSC2-eStar. Let's jump straight on into this. In the lower left-hand corner from Derava Kapsa, it's Tamikas, the orange Zerg player here. His team not off to the best of starts, and he is going to be looking to try and bring his team back at least a single map. He's definitely one of the stronger players on Derava Kapsa, so definitely the possibility to bring a map back. And we'll see here very soon. In the upper right from eStars, it's Waka, the red Zerg player. Again, the APSC2-eStar partnership here in the SC2ITL, and he is from eStars but played for this partnership. Big thank you to Guildhall CZ, who has just subscribed to the stream. So big thank you to you, my charts, as you can actually see. Let's quickly go out of game. As you can see there, down there, down that way, your name has been added. We have hit the September sub goal, 6 out of 6. Maybe I was a little bit too pessimistic, but we made it. 6 out of 6, guys. Let's go back in game. So, Tamikas and Waka, what are they going to get up to here on merry-go-round for the ZVZ, our first ZVZ of the day, actually, because earlier we didn't see any. So what did we see earlier? So TVT, TVP, TVP again, and TVZ, and then a PVZ. Now we've just seen a couple of PVZs now, and now we're seeing Waka going to be testing his ZVZ. So, Pool is on the way first for Waka, followed by his hatchery. It's going to be a hatchery followed by gas, followed by Pool here for Tamikas. So differences already coming in from both of these guys. And Tamikas is opening, although a hatch first, will give him a few more aggressive options because of the speed of his gas. Will be faster than Waka's. As Waka starts up a queen here in his main base. Again, he will have that slightly faster first queen out, and that's coming up right now as well. So, yeah, a couple of Zerglings coming across the map. Not really much to say. So I mentioned before, Guildhall CZ just subscribed. If you do want to support the stream, even more than just following or watching, you can hit the subscribe button. There's a bunch of there's a bunch of benefits to it. There's you get the sub icon, you get the sub emotes, which is there's a couple of them now. You get replay packs and stuff like that as well. So if you want to know all the information, type ! subscribe into the chat, and you can see all of the benefits. Go Waka, says Georgia Flass in the chat. He was cheering on again. He's been cheering on Waka all evening so far. So hoping for another victory here, as these first two Zerglings have come in and now getting turned away quite quickly. Tamikas with a couple of Zerglings of his own to defend pretty easily. Son of a Baneliness here, he's kept going with his gas. Still no gas for Waka, so he's going for a completely gasless opening. A very aggressive, maybe a Ling Bing burst from Tamikas. Could maybe catch him a bit off guard. He doesn't quite have that creep spread up to the front of his wall just yet, so he's not quite ready to defend. That being said, I mean, there's not any Zerglings on the map just yet. So a couple of Zerglings now coming into the main base. Tamikas trying to scout now. He does see that gas. Oh, he doesn't see that gas. Oh, okay. So that's pretty nice actually. Not having that not getting that scout off. So Tamika's kept slightly in the dark, but he's going to go for this big link play anyway. There's still not this creep spread at the front to set up his wall. And this is actually very dangerous now, I feel, for Waka. I feel very soon there's going to be a lot of Lings and a lot of Bane lanes coming in towards him. He's going to set up his wall here instead. But, I mean, Lings can still kind of run around. I guess the Spine Crawler's going to be defended. The Queen's at the front. It's going to be very close. The second Spine Crawler on the way. Here come the Zerglings across the map now for Tamika's. And, yeah, coming across here. First, Ling's going to try and head in, trying to assess the situation, see what's up. Going to get surrounded on the Queen, and this first Queen going to fall pretty quickly. There's a transfuse, but it will continue to fall here. Zergling's taking a lot of damage, though. Banelings are being morphed in. They are going to be on the way. One Queen down. Now, there is 3 Spine Crawlers going to be up here for Waka, as things look beginning to get tight in this. I mean, this is going to be kind of the moment which determines how the rest of this game goes. As this first Spine Crawler is going to go down. Oh, no, there's going to be huge Baneling hits on the Spine Crawler and a lot of the drones. And that brings immediately Waka down in the worker count. And Lings are going to stream on forward here as well. Waka in a lot of trouble. I don't actually think he comes back from this. He's got 11 roaches on the way. So maybe he can do something here. 12 roaches about to pop out. But they pop out all at the same time. Spankle's going to go down on the natural again. Lings cleaned up in the main. And this Spine Crawler going to get taken down. No. It's going to get, the Lings going to get turned away here. So Waka does hold on. He holds on with even workers. A single roach actually getting caught off right in the front here immediately. The Lings continuing to just commit onto this. A lot of money saved up for Tamika's back at home, and what does he decide to spend it on? He's got 600 minerals, I guess. Okay, he's going to drone up, so he's going to take a pretty huge economic lead here now. Oh, what? Whoa, where's the rest of the workers? I think Waka's just lost some more workers, and I've missed it, guys. I think it may have been a, I think it may very well have been a couple of Banelings sitting somewhere, so I think I may have missed that. I'm very sorry if I have. Waka though, now he's 13 workers behind, and well, that's not a good position to be trying to play from. As I mean, he's got a lot of roaches, so he's okay defensively. But if he moves out, there's going to be a counter attack into his base, so he can't exactly punish Tamika's at all in any way. Tamika's making a couple of Spine Crawlers just in case. But I really don't think there's any way that Tamika's can be punished in this game. So I think Tamika's is kind of okay here. I mean, again, the Lings with the speed will just give him such a great opportunity to just counter straight into the natural of Waka if possible. If Waka does move out and try to do something. A lair on the way up here for Waka as well. +1 missile attacks being researched also. Everything pretty much starting to come up here for Waka, but it's going to be a Spire coming in for Tamika's. And I guess he's just going to try and take a third base again, use the threat of a counterattack to stop his opponent coming across the map and denying that, and then try and win this game or to get an advantage with the Mutalisks here. Zergling that's just sent forward to spot the roaches is turned away pretty quickly, as these Lings are still sitting just outside the base. These roaches coming forward now. These Lings turn around pretty quickly, and they will have to just get on out of there. They can't stick around too long at all. As an Overseer is going to get taken down. Another Spine Crawler on the way up. So again, he's just preparing in case these roaches do come across the map, which they are doing right now. Tamika's has 2 options again. Turn around and try and backstab his opponent in the base, or he just pulls these back home and hopes to just tank with the Lings while the Spine Crawlers do some damage as well. So he's kind of just going to fall back here. He's going to try and get everything to do the damage. He splits up his Spine Crawlers in case. Just give him a bit of a better spread, I guess, more than anything. I was going to say in case Balins are in the mix, but I don't think he thinks that's the case at all. The other roaches, and again, if these Lings can come in, with these Spine Crawlers attacking, while these Lings attack as well, it's just such an addition of damage, and these roaches actually getting completely surrounded here. Waka's going to lose everything. Tamika's, is he going to be able to clean this up at all? More roaches coming across. He might be able to keep on pushing forward, but Tamika's has more and more roaches coming across, and Waka, has more and more Lings coming out. Waka looks as though he's going to lose his last few roaches, and with the last few roaches, well, now there's going to be muters on the way, and well, I don't know if he's actually got much of a hope now. He's still down in workers, and he actually just GG's right there. Well, okay, I'm not sure if he really needed a GG right there, but he GG'd nonetheless. And game 3 does go the way of our Derava Kapsa player. So guys, Dakar are back in this. They take the next map, and they take the series to 2-1. And I can tell you now, Valego will be the next player out here for APSC2-eStar. So a player from APSC2 this time. And we'll see what he's going to get up to in a PVZ on King Sejong Station. Again, after a quick commercial break. If you're enjoying the show, hit the follow button on the stream. That poor Queen, says Crotil. I mean, man, it must suck to be the one Queen out of all 4 that gets sent to the front line and gets picked off. Guys, we're going to be back in a few moments. Don't go too far. We'll be very soon and we'll be back. Hello guys, game 4 of Derava Kapsa versus APSC2-eStar. Here, right now, in the lower right hand corner, Derava Kapsa to Mikus. And his opponent in the upper left from APSC2-eStar, it's Valego, the red Protoss player. Alright, so, let's see what's going to happen here in this game. Drone's going to head down and head across the map and come back home. It has been scouting. It has been a forge first from Valego, and he has been annoying and blocking this hatchery for just a little while, but we haven't missed too much here, which is why I didn't come into the game immediately, guys. Just let the music play out. Nothing too exciting, nothing too crazy right at the start of this, and yeah, just a nice slow start once again in this PvZ. Going to be 3 bases most likely from our Zerg player in the very near future. Just waiting for a couple of lings to come out before trying to get that 3rd base, just to make sure he doesn't get it blocked by the probe for any longer. So, Valego pulling his probe over to the left hand side right now and dropping his gateway. His Nexus on the way up, his cannon about to finish up as well. Everything looking pretty good for him altogether, and pretty much as he would expect it to, as his 2nd gas is coming down on the main base as well. So, everything looking good right now for Valego, and things looking pretty good as well for Tamikas, in all honesty. I mean, he's going to get his 3rd hatchery down, pretty much a standard time, 4:30. It's not as fast as Wacker was getting his 1st base down, but of course he's cutting queens and, you know, stuff like that to get his down as quickly as he was. So this probe being actually chased across the map right now. How far will it be chased? I actually think it might go down because it's not that far. It's quite far from home still. Oh, it's just regained 1 hit point there, so it's going to take 2 more hits. This Zergling, I think with only single Zergling, it might just get away because it's going to start regaining shields before it gets hit again. Yeah, okay, it's just going to get hit. Another Zergling on that could have been a kill, but was more interested in just getting some vision around the map. Another probe coming across here. Wants to get the information, see if the 3rd base is down or if it's going to be a gas opening from Tamikas. Once he sees that the 3rd base is down, he's going to be able to say, oh, okay, I see what it is. Just 3rd base, nothing too crazy, nice and standard. And the probe now going to turn around and head away once again. Valego just chrono boosting out of his Nexus here, yeah, front overcharge, hitting one of these Zerglings, and those do back off. The other Zergling just sitting at the bottom of the ramp here. As Valego chrono boosts out probes. Probe coming from the main base as well. Stargate on the way down, and looks as though these guys had a bit of a lag here. But again, we're casting from replays. This match was played about a couple of hours ago during the 1st match we casted today. So, Zergling coming around the side, still just these Zerglings scouting off initially, and the Stargate going to be Phoenix first because he's rallying it to this Overlord. So Tamikas going to see this very early on. He's going to have plenty of time to put his spore crawls down. And again, it's just a nice slow opening here on King Sage on Station. So why don't we talk a little bit more about the map? You know, this 4th base is kind of the main factor. The 4th base for the Protoss or Zerg can often be taken here, especially if the Zerg player wants to play with swarm hosts. You know, if you can hold this 4th base, you can hold the middle of the map. And if you can hold the middle of the map, you know, it's kind of a scary proposition to do anything against. Of course, you can come around either side, and that's what makes this map pretty decent. You can, you know, come around this base, but, you know, it's always a good stronghold to move forward from. So that's quite something we do see quite often here. We do once again have Jarja Flass in the chat saying go Valego. Now changing his support from Wacker to Valego, again just supporting the Spanish team here as the Overlord goes down, and a few more gateways being added on alongside of Robotics facilities. So 2nd time we've seen a Stargate in PvZ today. I think it's the 2nd time. It might have been the 3rd. It might have been more than 2, but what I'm trying to, well, 2nd time this series we've seen the Stargate. This time it's a different opening. It's the Phoenix. How about that? Because that's definitely true. As Signal Speeder's on the way, 14 Lings on the way out, and double Evolution Chamber coming in the back of this as well. I wonder if this is going to be Ling upgrades. You know, and it is going to be melee upgrades. So this is really cool. I really love melee upgrades. I think this kind of style can work out so well, especially on this map where there's so many different kind of routes to go through the map. You know, you can come around this right side and then even further right, or just to the right, or through the middle, or you can come to the left side as well, and even up this really far left side. So there's a lot of different attack paths, and with a lot of different attack paths, you open up a lot of opportunities for yourself to be able to come in for surrounds, come in from different angles. It's not the most open of maps, so there are open areas, so if you pick your fights right, you can definitely do some good damage. And as the game goes on, we'll of course see probably the Protector Hive go into, you know, go into the Ultralisks fairly quickly. And it can be a very scary style to play against. Again, the heavily upgraded Lings can do a lot of damage, and they are heading across the map right now. They don't have 1-1 just yet, but they are looking to hit this third base. It's only just started, and with this low hit points, it may be targeted down, but it looks as though Tamika's not too interested. We'll just go up to the natural instead. Zealot on hold position, and no way to really abuse anything there, as the Phoenix just heading around the Zerg base, heading around those and looking for any kind of opportunity to do, well, anything right now. So the Phoenix is moving around, and do you pick up a Queen? The Phoenix, which is picking it up, though, is under attack, so we'll have to change. And they swap places there, so Queen will fall. Lair finishes as well, and that's information Valego does gain, being in the base at the right time. Observer just watching these Lings currently, as these Phoenix still just flying around at the moment. And +1/+1 about to finish up for these Zerglings as well. So they're going to start to get a little bit scary here. That Lair not being used for anything just yet. Could be Mutaling, potentially, if he starts up a Spire. But again, we're not seeing anything just yet. It's going to be Burrow. Okay, interesting. See what he wants to use that for, as a Banelin Nest comes in as well. Wow, we're going to see some Banelin landmines. Okay, this is going to be really crazy from Tamika's. Definitely not the sort of style you'd expect to see in ZVP. Infestation Pit on the way as well, so he's going to use this composition while going into Ultralisks. And in the later game, Ling Ultra and introducing Banelins as well is very good, because the Banelins, the Ultras break through force fields, so the Banelins can actually get through. What Valego really needs to do is get Storm out. Once he identifies it's a very heavy Ling style, which I think he pretty much is. He's scouting around, he hasn't seen the Infestation Pit, but he's seen the... Okay, he's actually only seen one Evolution Chamber. So maybe he doesn't know exactly just yet. He just starts at Blink to help defend his third base with. I think as soon as he realizes this, he'll start a Templar Archives, go into Storm, because the Storm can absolutely wreck, the Lings and the Banelings. Pathogen Gland's now on the way as well here for Tamika, so Pathogen Gland's on the way, so he is actually just going to go into Infestors, so definitely not the composition I was expecting him to go for at all, as we do have a Pros player moving across the map here. He's getting very aggressive. A Warp Prism coming around the right hand side as well, going to look to try and come in and do some things. The Banelins won't have Banelin speed just yet, so they're not going to be all too great in this upcoming fight, as our Pros player is actually starting to clean out some of the Scream Spell. Let's see how far forward he commits. This fourth base is finished up for Tamika's to the right hand side. The Warp Prism should be able to drop off some Zealots here and, pick this off, or at least start attacking over here. No, a huge surround comes in. I think Valego may have to recall out of this, maybe. He's just going to keep on fighting it right now. There's so many Zealots actually on the ground that they're actually going to take out the majority of these Zerglings. And wow, a complete surround for Tamika's doesn't even matter. He gets turned away. There's that Temple Archives now. He's really definitely identified what's going on here. Warp Prism turns around from the main base, going to come back towards this fourth, and he's just going to warp in some Zealots over here to start harassing this. So just going to try and pull the units over to the right while maybe moving forward towards the left again without the map vision on that high ground. Tamika's doesn't know where Valego is. He could have gone all the way back home. He may be right on this doorstep still. He doesn't actually know just yet. As this Zealot is going to be killed off, another Zealot is going to be caught. The Warp Prism is going to go and group up with the army here. Phoenix coming in towards the this natural, trying to get an Overlord. Can't stay around too long though. 2 Queens and Spore Crawler enough to turn that away. As grouping up with everything now, going to warp in a couple of, well, if I say a couple, 5 High Templar in total here. And he's actually just going to direct his entire army towards this fourth base right now. Again, no real map vision past this edge of the creep. Now as Zerglin is going to spot this army, but it's a little bit too late. I mean, he doesn't have that long to really prepare for this. A lot of Queens are out. Hive's about to come up. I mean, he's preparing for the Ultralisk later on, so he's got Transfusers. But I don't know if it's really going to be, if he's going to be even alive that long in this game. Phoenix just sitting over here. I was wondering what those were. Lings and Banelin's going to have to come in and make a pretty good fight here, but 6 Archons doesn't even get the Storm actually. He's just going to use the Archons because they're going to be great at tanking this as well. Time Warps are huge here, really slowing down the Banelins, a lot of the Zerglings too. Infestors, there's 8 Infestors out, all the Fungal growths, but the first Fungal was pretty good, but now there's nothing to really back it up, and now Phoenix are coming in, they're going to start lifting up these Infestors. Units moving forward, Queens are falling, 4th base is falling, and it looks as though Valego is going to, well, pretty much send out Tamika's here. From this clan war, and he's going to take it on to match point for APSC2-eStar, and he has the opportunity to finish things up as a huge round Zealots warp in, and wow, that will be game. Tamika's just taps out of the game, doesn't stick around at all to wait to see the final result, and he just gets out of there. Guys, game 4 goes the way of APSC2-eStar, and just like that, we're on match point here. Once again today, our first series of the day was a 4-1, and now the potential for our second series of the day to also be a 4-1 victory, and probably to the favourite team as well. Again, I reckon APSC2-eStar are the favourites coming into this, just as Vegas Squadron were the favourites going into their match earlier against Skillforge. Well, there's only one way to see what happens, and that's to check out the 5th game. Can Derava Kapsa stay in this, or will Vallejo finish it off? We'll find out after a quick commercial break, guys. A couple of moments, and we'll be into this next game. Enjoy the music while we're gone, and you can also check out our Twitter and Facebook in the meantime. Twitter.com/SC2_improve and Facebook.com/. Welcome back as we head into potentially our last game of the evening here between Derava Kapsa and APSC2-eStar. We're just going to not mess around at all. This is SC2ITL Season 3. We're just going to go straight in game, guys. Thank you for sticking with us throughout the evening. Hope you've been enjoying the games, and let's just continue on here. As in the upper right hand corner, we're starting off with Derava Kapsa Storm, the final player from Dakar. Hatch first into pool here in this ZVP. Very quick Zealot is on the way across the map though from Vallejo, the red Protoss player in the upper left hand corner, who's gone for a gateway, followed by a fairly quick Nexus. But with 2 Zealots coming across the map, he has the potential to do a fair amount of damage right at the get-go. So let's see how the control will be from Storm. And whoa, 2 Spine Claws. He thinks it's a proxy gate. Oh no, he hasn't gone far enough into this base to see that it's not. This is a really bad start here from Storm. If he commits to these 2 Spine Crawlers, if he lets them finish, this is going to be so bad for him. As another Zealot comes in, is he going to realise it's not a proxy gate, or what's going to happen? I'm not too sure. This Zealot being caught now in the middle of these drones. A single Zergling pops out, another Zergling is here, but he's still going to clean up these Zealots. Surely he'll cancel the Spine Crawlers now, but great damage done at the start. Is he going to cancel them? Is he going to keep them? Oh, he keeps them. This is not good at all. Storm has no idea that this is just a Nexus already kind of nearly finished. He's got 2 very quick Spine Crawlers, and I mean, he doesn't even have a hatchery yet. Oh my god, this is not good at all from Storm. Oh no, what a what a disappointment to start the game. Honestly, I mean, oh no. He must have cancelled that. I'm sure he's going to hatch first, so he must have cancelled his hatchery to put down the Spine Crawlers. Oh, that's even more painful. No. Oh no. Alright, so Storm is not in the best of scenarios right now. He's 11 drones behind. A Stargate's on the way, which is almost guaranteed to pick off even more workers. It's just kind of the way the Stargate works. If he doesn't pick off more workers, he'll force Spore Crawlers at least. So that's kind of workers killed just by forcing buildings. Storm is probably going to be kicking himself. His natural is only just going to finish now. This was not how this game was meant to begin for him. A Forge on the way for Vallejo back at home as well. And well, it's such a disappointing start here, really, from our Zerg player, and it's just been a good little choice of what to do from Vallejo, and it's done more than he expected to. He expected maybe get a couple of drone kills, but he got like 6 in total, plus he forced 2 Spine Crawlers and a cancel of his natural. 3rd hatchery now on the way from Storm, but I mean, we're talking about him being kind of 3 minutes behind his build altogether here. 13 probe advantage for our Protoss player. Like, I don't want to make it sound like it's over already, but if Vallejo just commits to anything, I don't understand how Storm could survive. Like, this Oracle's about to come out, and we'll see where it's going to head. It looks as though it's heading southwards, so we'll see where it's going to go in the long run. But I don't know. I don't really see it. I mean, the Spore Crawlers start up, which is going to put Storm behind another couple of workers. What's this Oracle going to do? Is he going to get in? He's going to do some damage. Is he going to get some drones? He's going to get at least some drones here as it comes in for the first time. Could go on to the Queen, but no, I think drones are the right choice here. And he will just start talking these down as fast as he can, and will now get out of there. That's 3 worker kills, and that actually almost brings Vallejo to a 20 worker advantage. 22 Lings now on the way as Speed's about to finish up, so he's going to try and get across here and cancel this 3rd base. And Overlord's getting killed off here as well as Vallejo. His Forge is spinning away. His first Void Ray is out as well, so Cannon on the way, and it's going to get walled in here. So Cannon walled in, and this is going to be a pretty safe 3rd base. Well, there's a fair few Lings, and they do have speed, so they can wrap around this Nexus very quickly. There's going to be a Void Ray to help out, and that Mothership Core. Of course, Void Rays don't kill a single Zerglings that quickly. As a single Zealot's warping in as well, I think he should be able to hold on to this. I think maybe just about, maybe close. He may have. Okay, he's gonna have to cancel with these next few lings coming in. It's just too much, so he does have to cancel. So Storm gets one little bit of luck here in this game as it goes down, and you know what? That was the exact moment for an SC2ITL sub icon. Like that was the exact. This scenario here is exactly when the SC2ITL sub mode comes into play. Like it's the start of this game was such a fail. Like it really was. As this Nexus trying to get taken down again, but there's just too much here this time around. The Zealot, the Cannon's in play this time. The Oracle's back home as well. Third base is up for Storm. He's not really minding from it just yet. He's about 17 workers behind. There's a few gateways are going to start getting added on here. Vallejo going to start building this up. And we'll see what he's going to find. He's going into +2. He's going into Blink, which is pretty standard to hold a third base with. He may just decide to attack with a ton of Blink Stalkers. Maybe even add on another 4 gateways on top of what he's already making. You know, just go up to like 11 gates off the free base and just kind of mass Stalker and go for it. Still a possibility, even with the robot facility. I mean, it's the possibility is there if he wants to. He may just move across the map and just put on some light pressure. He's got a lot of sentries to force field with. You could move across the map, and if he gets into trouble, just recall. Oracle here again turned away. Doesn't get any further kills. And it's had one more kill from when we first saw it in the game, and I think that was just a single Zerglin going down. And there's some Zerglins trying to come in again. The force fields just miss actually trapping them Zerglins in there. As Blink's about to finish up, +2 is about to finish up as well. This Oracle's still moving around the map, showing him that he's got absolutely nothing to be fearing right now because there's just nothing around. And well, our Protoss player's actually beginning to move across, so he's not going to add on a ton more gateways. He's just going to move across anyway. And again, with recall, he's completely safe to do this. The Lings are lost in the middle here, and Storm's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Haha, the 2 Spank Walls will be useful now. 10 minutes later in the game. So the Spank Walls on the way down. We're going to see if Overlord actually killed off here. Pylon's starting to come down. Vallejo's just going to commit to this, at least a little bit. He's got a Robobay coming up behind this, a couple more gateways. I mean, he's got things to fall back on. He's got 70 probes to fall back on. This is no way an all-in. It's just a little bit of pressure to see if he can get anything done as this +2 in his Blink finishes. Now he's going to come forward here. The first Spank Wall is going to go off. The sentries are going to completely block these Zerglings from getting in, and the Spank Wall is just going to go down very quickly. And I mean, warping the Stalkers already here. Maybe some Zealots just need to be added in to help against these Zerglings, and well, the Zerglings leap forward now. A sentry gets picked off a Zealot too, but that's pretty much all they're going to be able to do. The Stalkers to blink forward if they would like to. The sentries continue to force field these Queens in. They're all stuck. They're all going to go down, and Vallejo is going to secure this game. Surely Storm just GG's. He can't make anything. There it is, GG called. Storm taps out of it, and that's just going to be a 4-1 victory for APSC2-eStar. A great way to start the SC2ITL Season 3 campaign in Group B. They've got a lot of tough teams here, and taking a 4-1 victory against Descartes, arguably one of the weaker teams, is definitely going to be a great way for them to have started this season. So they're going to be feeling pretty happy about that. Congratulations to them, and commiserations to Derava Kapsa. Who do they play next week? Let's have a little sneak peek. Again, on the stream this week, in fact, let's do that first. On the stream this week, guys, tomorrow, we do have, nope, I want this, that's what I want. So this is our preview for the first week at the bottom of our streaming schedule. So we've had this, we're going to actually change my Insanity to slot in tomorrow, so that'll be taking place about 7:30 PM, 7 PM-ish. Red Bloods versus MIA tomorrow at 9:30. StarTale make their debut on Friday against Mistral. I think ESC versus New Blanche are slotted in here as well, if we can get some time to cast that. And Carnage Esports versus Extreme Supremacy is that Friday at 9 PM. We're casting on Saturday as well. I can't tell you what exactly just yet, but we will be casting all day Saturday. And yeah, so what else was I going to say? I was going to say, oh yeah, let's have a look at who these teams play next week. So Vegas Squadron go up against My Insanity next week, and if I don't catch that on stream, we will live. We will definitely have it on replays, so don't worry about that. So Vegas Squadron take on My Insanity. Skillforge take on New Era Gaming, who had a forfeit this week, which is a little bit of an unfortunate start for them. And also, next week we have, I can't find them, Derava Kapsa take on Cascade. That's actually going to be another tough match for them right at the start. And then the week after they have StarTale. Wow, a really brutal start to the season for Derava Kapsa. APSC2-eStar take on Team MIA next week, followed by Red Bloods the week after. So, you know, arguably an easier opening for APSC2. Derava Kapsa may drop a few matches at the start of this season, could bounce back, so Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for me for tonight. Thank you very much all for tuning in. Hope you've had a good time. I'm going to run a few ads on the outro. If you can stick around for 3 minutes, then it does help out. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. Thank you to Guildhall CZ for subscribing. If you do subscribe, guys, it's only $5 a month, and you can get a whole bunch of benefits. I'll be posting the link to see what's better in the chat. And yeah, GG's. Thanks for playing, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks to the teams for playing, and we'll see you all tomorrow for some My Insanity, EC Visualize, and the teams I've forgotten about. How can I forget about them? Team MIA and Red Bloods. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm Wardy. This was SC2ITL Season 3. We'll see you later.